Hi, I'm Ryan Blair, #1 New York Times bestselling author and founder of Altar Call, a community of spiritual entrepreneurs that know that they're destined for greatness. In this video, I'll be answering questions around spiritual growth, personal growth, entrepreneurial growth, and any questions that you have about becoming the best version of yourself. We live in a system right now where there's so much information that no one knows what the truth is. And if you haven't done the internal work to recognize the truth, then you can be misled pretty easily. And you might believe someone else's truth, and that truth may not be your truth. The truth is an interesting thing. It's not as concrete as we think it is. So when we are investigating, is this true or not, in order to perform that investigation, we have to have developed a deep sense and understanding of the truth within ourselves in order to recognize that truth in the marketplace or in the sphere of content and information. So my fear is that people are going to be misled and persuaded with things that are not the truth as a result of these tools. And you're gonna see it with propaganda, the news media, deep fakes, politicians. They're gonna be utilizing these tools to disseminate lies. And people who haven't done deep spiritual work will not recognize those lies, will not recognize the influence of those lies, because they have yet to come to the truth about who they are, what they believe, and how this reality actually works. Do I believe in having a backup plan? God is my backup plan. My relationship with my Creator is my A plan, my B plan, my C plan, and my D plan. I'm not building this for me. I'm building this for my children, for those who are colleagues of mine, investors of mine, team members of mine, for their children, for our customers and their children. I'm building this company that I'm building now as a masterpiece build because I'm about to be 46 years old. It's going to take me at least 10 to 20 years to build this the way I want to build it. As a result of that, I don't anticipate ever building another company. So I have to do this one right. So I'm building this house to be a long-term sustainable house to be passed down for many generations to come. That's a different build this time around. I think AI is going to crack a lot of our very difficult environmental challenges that we have right now. The amount of logistics involved and supply chain involved in many of the most wasteful things that we do in society, construction being one of them, for example. I think AI is going to find some eloquent solutions that we just couldn't do the math on prior. And by AI, I mean not only the models that are being created, but also the new supercomputers that are coming out to run those models. So I'm excited that we just have higher capacity to manage multiple variables at the same time with the advent of AI. And many of the multiple variables involved in the environment, we can start to work through those variables and optimize around those variables to be able to invest in the planet. The planet is the greatest store of value. Mother Nature is the greatest wealth that we have. And we have depleted nature for our own wealth. We take resources out of the planet and put them into our bank account. And that's what's got humanity wrong. And hopefully AI will teach us how we can benefit by planting trees. We can benefit by investing in nature because nature is the true wealth. So as opposed to taking value out of nature and putting it into our pocket, I hope that AI will teach us, by way of these complex multivariable models, how to actually invest in nature so that way we can create more sustainable wealth. Right now we have unsustainable wealth creation. I'm hoping that we can find models that will help us replenish nature and actually demonstrate to us how that actually creates more perpetual wealth. My productivity objective is pretty simple. I want to be intentional at least 85% of the time, meaning 85% of my waking hour, I'm intentional. And then what I do with the other 15% is just be present, be in the moment, be open to spontaneous interruption, maybe read something I wouldn't read otherwise, maybe write some poetry, but just be. And then the 85% of the time, I'm seeking to grow and I'm seeking to serve. And so by growing, I'm either meditating, diving into my spiritual practices, studying, in serving, I'm working with my team, with my business. That's for my productivity time. And then outside of that, the other 12 hours a day, I just want to be. I want to be with my girlfriend, I want to be with my family, my son, my dog, my house plans. I just want to be. So I kind of divide it into two schedules. I have 12 hours a day where I want to be intentional to the degree and productive to an 85 percentile. And then the other 12 hours a day, I just want to be. I'm not excited about AI and future tech. I think that we're going to see massive disruption. It's an amazing time to be alive, but I think that I've developed a position where I look at the negative and the positive objectively. And I know that with every positive comes a negative. With every negative will come a positive. So I don't get excited by the positive trend like everyone else does, because I know that on the other side of that trend, there's consequences. And oftentimes there's unintended consequences. That's how the system of dark and light works. So I'm not excited. However, I am positioning myself and my organization to utilize these advancements to help make a bigger impact. But in doing so, I have many concerns in that, are we going to create an AI, for example, in our research work? Are we going to create an AI that isn't good? Is there a chance that these tools are going to be turned against us? And as the company grows and expands, I have questions about other people being involved and the ethics of those people and other investors coming in. And there's a lot of things that we have to think about because we are utilizing such powerful tools. It's the equivalent of utilizing machine guns in your business. You have to be very careful when you're utilizing these types of tools. And there's going to be bad actors out there that are going to utilize these tools to manipulate people and to harm people. And we have to just make sure that our tools don't fall into those hands. When you go on the adventure of consciousness, you come to the realization that you are responsible for everything occurring in your life. If you're tired, it's not the fault of somebody else. It's not the fault of traffic or sleep. It's your fault. You didn't sleep correctly, you didn't prepare for sleep correctly, you didn't eat correctly, you didn't take care of yourself correctly. When you step into consciousness, you realize that you're responsible for all of your energy. And the only way for you to cultivate an energy that is more positive, more loving, more joyful, more happy, is for you to fill your cup up every day. And you have to get very good at filling up your cup because there are many things they're going to take from your cup, particularly in the modern day world. The negativity in the news, terrible food choices and selections, negative individuals in your friends and family and people you surround yourself with, the air, the environment. There's all kinds of things that are going to deplete your cup on a daily basis. If you don't learn to fill it, you're going to be serving from an empty cup, and that's going to be a very difficult life to live. I know that because I was a giver. I would always give. I'd constantly give, but I was giving from an empty cup. So every time I gave a part of me that I didn't have to give. And as a result of that, I became resentful, I became bitter, I became triggered. I felt people didn't appreciate me. I attracted people that didn't appreciate me. People saw that I was just serving from my cup nonstop, and they lined up for a free helping. I didn't have anything to give them, and so by them taking it, I became resentful of it, and as a result, I crashed. And so for those of you out there that feel like you're always giving, but you're depleted in the giving, it's time for you to stop giving and start learning how to receive. And the more that you learn how to receive, the more that you can ultimately give. Spirituality is not about giving. It's about receiving so much that you have an abundance to give. So the more that I receive, the more that I can give. That's what spirituality is. If I give from an empty cup and I don't learn how to refill my cup, meaning to receive, eventually I'm giving from an empty cup, and then eventually I'll have no more to give. Hey, if you like this video, like and subscribe. I guess there's like some knobs that you can press to do that. Or check me out on Instagram. I'm @RealRyanBlair. DM me and we'll have a conversation.